Hey, what's going on, everybody? Back again. I've never done a video like this before, but I figured it out, taking, not really give it a try, but say what the heck, take and do it, because one thing I cannot stand is when somebody's given misinformation, and especially when they're talking on a product that they say they know, but they don't necessarily know fully, and especially when what they're talking about on the product, they don't even do. This will all make sense once I get into this a little bit more. But what I'm going to take and do before I even go any farther is, as you can see with my AC, it's not on cooling or nothing at all. It's on fan speed number 2, so it's ambient temps. And as for the RAM end of it, as you can see, there's my Viper Extreme Series 5, and yes, I have a fan on top of them. Now, before anybody goes any farther into what we'll be talking about in the video with the fan does nothing more than simulate airflow in a case. That's all that the fan does. It's no different than when you have your fans in your case and you had the fans pulling air in and pulling air out. It's gonna hit the ramp. So that's exactly what that does. It's the only purpose to it at all is, but I have an open test bench. There's no airflow over the case really. So. Or there's no airflow over the motherboard, so that's what the fan does. It simulates airflow from the case. Now, with that being said and done, there's 3 profiles for the Viper Series 5, Viper Extreme Series 5. First profile is 8,200 megahertz at clock latency, or CL38, at 1.45 volts. The second one is 8,000 megahertz, same clock speed, same voltage, and the last one, which is profile 3, I believe it is. I don't believe it's 7,800 megahertz clock speed, or latency 38, voltage same thing. You can't drop the clock latency down anymore. I've tried; it just bounces right back to 38. Maybe you can. I don't know. I haven't played with it that in depth yet. But you'll be seeing all these profiles because I intend to go into my BIOS, so yeah, you'll see some of my settings. With that being said, Framechasers, yes, I do take in, yes, more or less, I'm calling them out kind of on this if you want to put it that way, but Framechasers, he actually speaks on the RAM kit that I actually have, and he states false information on it and tries to use profile 2, which I'm going to show you. Tries to use profile 2 in the BIOS without showing you anything. For those who don't know the profiles, he tries to use profile 2 to justify what he says, and I'm going to prove all that. But anyway, a lot of things that this guy says, at times it's like, okay, I can see what you're saying, but then at times, and this is one of those cases where, like, dude, your whole goal is about FPS and gaming. You're not about overclocking, so why are you talking about it? And he's doing this more and more. I'm starting to pick up. So, and the best part about it is he depends on his views, because he says it in a number of his videos. If you start watching him, he says a number in his videos about getting donations or his supporters giving him money, about how he gets his money and et cetera, to do what he does, and he also is sponsored. How I don't know, because a lot of YouTubers do the exact same darn thing. But that's one of the good things with me is I don't ask for donations. I get no donations. I'm not sponsored. So realistically, when it comes to views and subscribers, it don't matter to me at all, because I've got nothing to lose. I've got an actual job. I go to work. I have my actual income. I don't depend on YouTube. I just do it for the fun of it. But let's jump right into it. So pretty much what I'm going to take and do is we'll watch this video together, and then different things that I know is either misleading or false. Whoops. Different things I know is misleading, aka false. I'm going to correct it. And yeah, he's really upfront and fairly wrong what he says, but every YouTuber has their points where they're wrong at. A guy that's about FPS, which that's literally his name, Framechasers, should not be talking about overclocking stuff. He's literally has no business doing it.
But these are not new.
But with that being said, here we go. Let's do it. Yes, I got my cup of coffee. Gotta have one.
reason why you choose 7600 over 7800? Because it's the same stick.
No, it's not. Depends on the latency.
Whichever one's cheaper.
That's where he's wrong right there. He comes right out and says 76 or 78 are the same stick. No, they're not. Your RAM speed is only as good as your latency. You could take and you could have 76, or you could have 70. You can have 7800 megahertz with a lower clock speed than the 76, and the 78 will be faster. Latency and RAM speed go hand in hand. He's already wrong there. Meaning your speed is only as good as your latency.
Buying memory is kind of, you buy the fastest one you can at the lowest voltage, and that's usually the best bang for buck.
He's wrong there too. You don't buy the fastest you can with the lowest voltage. You go by speed. You go by your speed and your latency. Because as you push that RAM more and more and more, regardless of the latency, sooner or later you're gonna have to up that voltage. Speed and RAM. 90% of the time, when I buy RAM, I don't even look at the voltage. I care about the latency, which is your clock speed, which each one of these is how fast how quickly the cycle repeats itself. First timing, that's 32 milliseconds, I believe. Yeah, 32 milliseconds. So it's, for every time that this stick of RAM, every time it repeats the process on the first timing, it's 32 milliseconds it takes to repeat it. So he's wrong there.
Right? You know what the best kit of memory is for Ryzen? It's the Corsair 6600C32 kit.
Now I'll say really quick, I can't say anything when it comes to him talking about Ryzen because I don't know AMD CPUs like that, what their favorites are. I've heard a couple different sweet spots like 60, 6500 megahertz, whatever, but I don't know them when it comes to timing at all, so I can't speak on nothing on AMD again. So yeah, so I'm not going to be able to say anything without saying right or wrong on the AMD end, so it is what it is. My apology on that.
That's the highest binned M die that you can get. Because nobody else sells 6600 C32 at 1.35 volts. Right? So that you have to find those gems. And only Corsair has that one for some reason. This would be the best brand. Brands don't matter.
Brands absolutely do matter. Brands absolutely do matter because different brands use, although they all get the same, different brands are known to do different things. Just like prime example, I've always gone by Trident G-Skill. Love the brand, always ran them, especially with when I went to 900K. But I've actually gone with the Patriot Viper Extremes, and I'm actually liking them better than my Tridents, and I haven't even tried ddr5 Tridents. So, but for what I looked at for latency wise and speed wise, my Viper's Trident doesn't offer what I'm getting right now, as far as I'm aware, because I've been on their website and they don't offer what I've got with my Vipers right now. I could be wrong on that though, but last time I looked at Trident, they didn't.
These ones do run cooler than the G-Skills, so if the G-Skills run so fucking hot, if you can get these ones at the same...
On the end of DDR4, I can't speak on DDR5 for G-Skill, but on the end of DDR4, my Tridents ran very cool with no issues whatsoever. So on the end of DDR4, I would say he's wrong on that. If he's speaking on the end of DDR5, can't really say anything on that because I've never ran Trident in DDR5.
In price, the G-Skills get the team groups. Other than that, it's the exact same shit, right? Removable aluminum heat spreader. Cool. An exclusive thermal pad for the PMIC. Finally, dude! Wow, what a fucking novel concept that is. I would buy it just because of that. Imagine just putting a fucking thermal pad on the PMIC, dude. Oh.
It's kind of funny he says that when it's with any hardware, the cooler you keep it, the better it'll go, and not all thermal pads are created equal. If you put a better thermal pad on something, it's going to do more. So he's acting like it's no big deal. Well, if it's no big deal, why hasn't he done it to his own stuff yet? It's kind of making himself look like an idiot there.
Viper again, boys.
The top screening dies of what we can get. These are the absolute top, best of the best that we can get out of our memory in general. So ddr5, if you're looking to run the absolute...
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I heard that right. I gotta go back and listen after. Did he just call out the COD, bro?
This is one thing I can say on this video, watching this, that annoyed the hell out of me with him, is he, like, literally, most of this video, you'll notice, he focuses on talking about how the Patriot guy talks about COD. That's, like, his main topic besides getting into other stuff in the video. He focuses on this so much, it's actually like, dude, get over it. Move on. Seriously. You'll see.
Yeah, I swear to God, that's been...
Watch, you'll see. He'll prove it to me. He's gonna just drag this COD nonsense out for a while now. It's like, who gives a shit? Really? It's not what the video is about. Who cares? Why are you making that like your main topic?
Becoming a thing, dude. I swear to God that these fucking brands know how profitable it is to monetize the COD, bro, dude. Dude, I just have an inkling, man.
Sorry, I'm gonna have a smoke. I mean, I smoke. It is. Sorry, I'm gonna have a smoke. It is what it is. I mean, I smoke cigarettes, drink coffee. It is what it is. At least I'm keeping it real with y'all. So if you guys see smoke in the video, my apology. But just listening to this guy on this particular video, it's just like, come on, really?
That hardware vendors can go as COD bros. They will just spend a fucking disgusting amount of money for 1 FPS. And they're the only guys that will do it. The only guys that will fucking do it, man. It's the COD bro.
So these are not your plug-in and play COD, but these are not your standard.
He 100% was gonna shit on fucking COD bros.
Notice how he keeps stopping his own video to just make this a topic of his focus. It's like, dude, who cares? Move forward.
100%. They know about the COD bro. They know about the COD bro, dude.
This one looks
100%.
There's a reason I smile.
Who cares?
This is kind of our baby project. This is like
They
our
100% know.
Skunkworks thing. We've really pushed this really hard for what's called the Extreme 5. So these are not your plug-in and play COD, but these are not your...
Oh, dude, yeah, fuck, they know. Holy shit. The COD bros are too mainstream now, man. Thankfully, I monetized the shit out of them while it was still niche, right?
8,000 megahertz at CL38 at only 1.45 volts. So it's...
Yeah, this is no. See right there. We just went through that, right? So he said 8,000 C38 at 1.45. It's the same kit as the fucking 7600, man. I mean, marketing is marketing, right? But C36 1.4.
Notice before, when this video first started, he talked about speeds, but never about latency. Now all of a sudden he brings latency into effect. Remember that?
You take this, you punch in this, and it fucking works just fine, right? No, yeah. When they say...
And as for the Patriot RAM, you cannot drop below 38. I mean, at least I can't with mine, which I'll actually show you. I'll actually try to drop the timings low in my BIOS when I show it to you. You can't drop below 38 because it'll bounce it right back up, and I'll show you.
Super screened. It doesn't...
Maybe you can. I don't know yet. I haven't played with it enough to actually see if I can.
Seem like there's any screening there whatsoever, right? Yeah, it's the same.
From what I'm seeing and what I understand about SuperPi, it's been a while
Why
since
are they
I've
so
wanted to
impressed by this?
FX days, so it's a little foreign.
Dude, it's like he's making fun of COD bros, but COD bros be running this shit fucking daily for that extra 2 FPS so they can compete.
But we've got the...
It's like the COD bro has evolved past...
This dude just keeps making my point.
Hardware reviewer now. Yeah, these guys are like...
He can't get past COD. He has to make that the focus of his video. Has to.
We've seen this, obviously,
So fucking funny.
Just to show that we have that much more capability.
But like, so if I was there talking to that guy, I would just bring this up with them. And then they wouldn't let me in the booth, right?
There's a reason why those people get invited to CES and show their stuff, and there's a reason why he doesn't. Because notice how he's going to do I would do this, I would do this, I would do this. Okay, but you'll notice how in his video he never shows his own sticks that he brings up. you'll notice that. Me, I'm actually gonna do it with the kit.
It would be like, couldn't you just take this one and punch in the exact same fucking thing? And then he'd be like, no. And then I'd like whip out my fucking sticks that I like brought with me because I knew he was gonna say no.
Notice how he said, I would. Exactly, it's easy to talk about it. You didn't get invited for a reason. They're actually there showing the product, actually doing what they're supposed to be doing. You're just online here on YouTube saying what you're gonna do, but you're not doing it. Isn't it amazing how that all talk, no show gig works?
Like, well, shall we give that a test then, sir? Right? Never allowed back at CES. Right?
You can't be banned from CES if you weren't invited to begin with.
You gotta. I hope one day when I go to CES that I.
Notice there. I hope one day when I go to CES. I hope the rate you're going, man. You better start praying a lot more because it's clearly not working because you still ain't invited. And even if you don't get invited and you could buy a ticket, you ask your supporters for money consistently. So throw a few bucks aside each time you get a couple bucks thrown to you, and there you go, buy a damn ticket. What is so hard about it?
Don't have to play the game of their nonsense, right? Because
oh, when you buy that ticket, you make sure you bring your sticks with you too, so you can finally stop doing the talk and actually show it.
This is horseshit. This entire video is fucking horseshit, right?
We can build into our days.
Pretty much like the video you're making right now, which I'm going to be proving.
Special. He's talking it up way too much.
By the platform at Ambient.
And you're dogging on it way too much for something that you don't know entirely everything about.
He's being a little too enthusiastic when literally these exact same sticks are already out in the market and have been for months, right? Yeah.
Because we talk on like social media. I posted.
Funny, because the kit that I'm running right now hasn't been out for months, so it actually just got released, I think, like a week or so ago. So yeah, he's full of shit there too.
On social media, these babies are going for people that literally are benchmarkers. These are the guys that want to drag race PCs.
Of course.
He's like out of breath.
You notice there as this guy's talking about getting into the specs of what they're designed for, he literally has a clueless look on his face. Because this isn't his gig, this isn't his game.
On social media, these
look at his
babies are
face, he
going
looks
for
close. He
people
looks
that
clueless.
Literally are benchmarkers. These are the guys that want to drag race PCs.
Of course.
He's like out of breath.
And then if you notice, he goes completely off the topic to talk about him, how he's out of breath. I run into that all the time. I even see it in Facebook groups. When you catch them in something they legit don't know about, they will change the topic.
Impressive. It's very exciting to see it. I like to see this from the Viper brand again, Patriot brand, really coming back around.
Dude, do real people get this excited over hardware?
Clearly we do. Have you not stepped into the community of XOC and what goes on with open test benches and liquid nitrogen and dry ice? Like, what rock have you been living under for like the last 10, 15 years, man? Come on, wake up. I mean, we're not talking video games here, something where your average kid can do it.
It's wild to me, man.
Really excited to see where it goes. And if you want to see where the channel goes, make sure you...
It's amazing how he's blown away by something that actually takes some actual knowledge versus something that kids do, which is games and frame chasing. Like, come on, really? This is just sad. It really is.
What's the goal? That's so weird, dude.
Like this video, you're subscribed.
What's the goal in chasing? Oh, okay, what's the goal in doing the drag racing the PCs and doing hardcore overclocking? What's the goal in frame chasing? It doesn't matter how fast your frames are. It's not going to magically make you a better gamer. You're contradicting the shit out of yourself. Exactly what your channel's about, which is frame chasing, getting the most FPS, which does not matter. It's not going to make you a better gamer. You don't get what that's about. Well, the frame chasing don't make difference either. I mean, you got streamers out there that play games that are running 150 FPS that are completely destroying lobbies. You got ones that are running barely 120 FPS that are destroying lobbies. I mean, come on, really, dude? This is pathetic. You cover the base of things too much. You're not diving deep. Dive deep into your own gig. You'll see how sad it is.
PC World, ring the bell for the notification, and
no, it's not because of his weight. It's because of his enthusiasm for the product, right?
See how he keeps on. See, he's clueless. See how when they start getting a little, when they start talking technical about it, how he really has nothing to say, and he keeps going back to the gentleman's weight. Why the hell are you talking about him personally, dude? Like, get over it. That's pathetic. You're going from computers, or you're going from RAM to talking about the guy personally. Who gives a shit if he's overweight or whatever the case may be? Get back to the topic at hand, dude. That's pathetic when you got to attack somebody personally. You're talking about the guy's weight now and being, who cares? I mean, hell, we don't talk about you being bald in the back of your head, even though it's probably about a natural thing. We don't talk about the fact that you could use a trim on your mustache and beard, and yeah, no. We're talking about the hardware. Stick with it or don't do it.
And in the comments for
He's just really excited to hit 8,000 megahertz.
showing us all around and
Yeah, probably
showing us
something
that
you've
this
never
actually
done.
works.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so that's fucking pointless. So you could basically say, like 7600 C36 1.4 70.
Which that 7600 latency 36 at 1.4, I'm going to assume 1.40 volts. Depending on the bit of the RAM, that's going to be too much voltage. It's going to run hotter, and you'll more than likely get, in the case of benchmarking, you'll get a worse score. Depending on the benchmark.
800 C38 one.
Yeah, you better think about that one really closely before you put down a number, man. So if you knew this stuff, you would already know, you would already have it off the top of your head, the latencies to put down.
1.4, and then 8000 C38 1.45, all the same kit.
That is a completely incorrect statement to make. Those those speeds with those latencies with those voltages are not all the same kit. You could have 3 different kits rated at the exact same thing. Different kits will perform differently. They're not all equal.
Right? You just punch that shit in yourself.
And what he's also failing to take and tell you is you can have that kit in a motherboard and have a CPU. If the CPU bin isn't all that, meaning the memory controller isn't all that, it won't run it. Besides the CPU, if the motherboard isn't high enough of quality to run all that, then the CPU isn't going to matter and the RAM ain't going to matter. You have to have a balanced out hardware to run all of the hardware correctly.
It's not that serious.
Hence why I got my Encore, because my Encore can do over 8,400 megahertz, can go past that. But will I ever see it? Honestly, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I really don't. But I know in order to get my RAM to go as high as it can go, I will never see it because, well, you're talking extreme cooling and I'm not there yet.
Like, again, as with all hardware, it's not that serious.
Not that serious, but yet you make a video on something that you actually don't really know about that much. If it's not that serious, then how come you kept on talking about COD and not only that, but when you went clueless for a minute, you started attacking the guy personally because of his weight. Not that serious. Great contradiction, buddy.
Not as serious as this guy made it out to seem. Like, he was really serious about it. Like, yeah, I don't think they would want me at CES, man. I'm gonna tell you. I would...
There he goes again. I don't think they would want me at CES. Dude, you can buy a ticket. You ain't even got to be invited. You notice how he keeps on saying that about if I go, or I don't think they would want me. But here's where he goes about talking about his RAM. Here we go.
shit on a lot of fucking booths. I would record it all too. That'd be good content, though. I would run laps around these fucking people, right? If they would even let me in. But then they would let me in the first time, though. They don't know who I am yet, right?
You really think that people in the community don't know who you are and your name isn't around? I mean, come on, man. You've never been invited to CES, clearly, as you've already said you've not been there. And you know you can buy a ticket to get in. Cut the damn excuses, man.
That'd be fun. It like, cause no one knows who I am. Like, oh, I see you have 8,000 sticks.
That's funny. Nobody knows who he is, but 28.1, yeah, I can't, I don't even know how to say that right now. 28.1 thousand 28,100, whatever. I'm so focused on the video I can't even do a total subscriber count for him. But nobody knows him, but there's a subscriber count. Yeah, I just have myself an I'm an idiot moment, but it's whatever. That's not my topic here.
There, what can those do? Damn, that's really.
But I actually stopped the video when he got to the part of his sticks, but I'm actually going to go back really quick a little bit so we can see that part.
This guy made it out to seem like he was wanting me at CES, man. I'm gonna tell you, I would shit on a lot of fucking booths. I would shit on a lot of booths.
Yeah, it's amazing what you say you can do, but you're not doing. There's a big difference between reality and talking. You're clearly in just the talking stage.
Record it all too. That'd be good content, though. I would run laps around these fucking people, right?
Notice, I would, but you're not.
If they would even let me in, but then they would let me in the first time, though. They don't know who I am yet.
Over 28,000 subscribers, but yet nobody knows who he is. Can you be any more dense?
Right? That'd be fun. It's like, cause if no one knows who I am, like, oh, I see you have 8,000 sticks there. What can those do? Damn, that's really fast. Right? That'd be fucking fun, dude. I would play such a good pleb. I'd make the perfect pleb.
And that's literally the end of the video, but it's kind of funny how he says he would play the pleb, make the perfect pleb. Well, I'm going to have a stupid moment here. I don't know exactly what pleb means, whatever, but clearly it's some sort of low-level, ignorant insult. But, I mean, for somebody who's saying he'd play a pleb, etc., is that why they're actually doing it and you're just talking about it? Like, come on, really? I mean, yeah, so it is what it is. I actually wanted to do this video like last week, but doing it now. So 28 or almost 28 minutes in. Oh, that's right. I'm gonna get to the whole gig of the RAM. That being said, I'm gonna jump right to my BIOS, and I'm actually gonna show you the profiles. So yeah, you'll be able to see my BIOS settings a little bit. I almost forgot to include this part in the video. I was just thinking about that 800 mega, that 8,000 megahertz speed, and it dawned on me, my RAM. Now I already showed you guys my Patriot Extreme Series 5, which is the same kit you guys seen there. Alright, here we are in my BIOS, and that's where I'm set now for daily, because I mean it's comfortable for me. And there's the profiles. Told you, there's your profile number 2 to 8,000 megahertz CL38 voltage 1.45, which I told them. And there's a third profile 7800, but I've actually got my voltage dropped way down. I'm actually running 7800 CL38 at 1.31 volts, I believe it is, which I'll show you all that. But there's an 82, which I can run that, which I actually will do that, but I want to show you the settings before. I want to show you my voltage and stuff and show you the clock, how I can't lower it, but maybe I can. I just haven't figured it out yet. But there's that. And let's see, DRAM timing control, here we go. And this is what happens if I try to go down. Although I won't even try it, I'll just say for shuts and giggles 135. See, go 136. Oh, it will actually let me go down to 138 or 136. Nice. I actually didn't know it would let me go down that low, because last night I tried to go down to, I think, 137 and it wouldn't let me. Or 37 and it wouldn't let me. So 38, 37 will let me go. Yeah, see? Type in 37, hit enter, bounces right back to 38. 36, enter, and it's sticking. Okay, that's working. Alright. Well, for this, I'm just going to stay at the specs, or I'm going to stay at that. Now I'm going to take and go back up to my, as you can see, nothing at all has changed. Still on my daily gig. I'm going to drop down to my voltage, and there you go, 131, 131, and you can see what that voltage is going to, 131, 131. As for the CPU end of things, my load line is set to 6, and that's pretty much the rest of my settings. This is just for me like daily, not even messing around. But what I'm actually doing now, I did that. I'm gonna bring this right up to 8200, which you see there's 8200, CL38, 145, which I'm positive, yep, brings my voltage up automatically. Now I'm gonna reboot, and I'll just run it. I'm actually gonna, I actually will run a benchmark, and I will show you through Cinebench or BenchMate through CPU-Z and through BenchMate. It is confirmed at 8200 megahertz at 1.45 volts, and that's where I will end this video. I'm just letting the motherboard adjust the timings and the voltage and all that, and the speed, or adjust the speed and the voltage and all that fun stuff, and let it boot in. Videos like this, this will be my first time. I apologize for being insanely long. Again, the perks of when you don't edit stuff. Alright, so we're into Windows. Get BenchMate up here. Hardware info. Oh, no, I didn't want to open up Cinebench that way. Cinebench there. And I'm just going to do the CPU-Z on the memory end. Don't need to do motherboard or CPU and all that crap. But as you see right there, 8200 megahertz, clock 38, and as you see the voltage already in the BIOS is at 1.45. As you see, I am at my ambient temperatures for my CPU, and there's my RAM stick temperatures. And here we go. 8200 megahertz, latency 38, 1.45 volts. Once this passes, I'll save the result through BenchMate so you guys can see all the legit facts on the right hand side of the screen when it pops up. You see it's stable as anything, working like a charm. There it is. There's the score. Not like I care about the score because it's going to be lower because the CPU is turned down. But there you go, legit confirmed through BenchMate, as well as CPU-Z. And there's BenchMate again. And there's your CPU-Z. How much more legit you want to get than that? Stable, perfectly fine. 33 minutes in, that's it. I'm out. Bye.